Hey guys, let's continue our flight from Tokyo to Honolulu with a Boeing 747-400 of Delta Airlines. As you can see, it's getting brighter outside now, the sun is rising, and we are getting closer to our destination, to the airport of Honolulu, to the airport Honolulu International. Here in the progress page you can see that there are still a little bit less than 200 nautical miles left to fly until we reach our destination, until we reach Papa Hotel November Lima. There you can see there are exactly now 184 nautical miles left until we reach our destination, and the scheduled time of arrival is now 17:03 UTC, so we are really ahead of time. We are 50 minutes earlier than the scheduled time of arrival, because the scheduled time of arrival is 17:54 UTC, and now our estimated time of arrival is 17:03 UTC, so 51 minutes. So we will arrive approximately round about 50 minutes earlier than it says in the schedule. And now there are a little bit less than 60 nautical miles left until we reach the top of descent. It's already here displayed in the navigation display. We reach it a little bit before we fly over the waypoint SOC. And so I would say we can now start with all the preparations for the descent. And you can see we are now at flight level 390, so we did one step climb, and there we climbed 4,000 feet from flight level 350 to flight level 390. Yeah, before we now start with our descent preparations, we can have a look outside from the bird perspective. There you can see, yeah, it's getting brighter here, and so we land today during daylight. We will arrive during daylight early in the morning today here in Honolulu. We are getting closer to the islands of Hawaii, and here on this island, I think here in the south, somewhere here, should be the airport of Honolulu. There should be the airport Honolulu International. So yeah, and then let's have a look whether there are also other aircrafts arriving there, but at the moment we cannot see any other aircrafts around us here. There are no other aircrafts we can see through the window, through the cockpit window, and there are no other aircrafts here displayed by the TCAS. So yeah, maybe let's have a look whether there are other aircrafts then when we arrive at Honolulu International, or whether we are the only aircraft then arriving at this time here at Honolulu International. But there should be other aircrafts at the gates there at the airport. So yeah, let's start with the descent preparations, and because we still only have 40 nautical miles left until we reach the top of descent. So here in the CDU we go to the init page, and we now put in the landing speed. So today we'll land with flaps full, that's 30 degrees, and then we have a landing speed of 143 knots there. To this speed we add 5 knots because of wind correction, so we have a landing speed today of about 148 knots, and I think it won't change until we are at our destination, because the aircraft will not get much lighter. So, and here you can also see the runway length today. We have a length of 12,312 feet, or in meters it's 3,753 meters, so it should be enough for this aircraft to land there. And hopefully we get runway 08 left as our landing runway there at Honolulu International, but yeah, we will see then soon whether we get this runway or another runway. So we will see soon which runway is the active runway at the moment at Honolulu International. So then we can put in here the altitude we want to descend to. I increased the simulation rate a little bit, now to 2 times faster than real time. So let's descend to 3,000 feet. This should be a good altitude to capture the ILS. And yeah, Honolulu International, the airport is directly next to the coast, directly next to the ocean, so it should be at 0 feet somewhere there, so very close to 0 feet, or at 0 feet should be the elevation of the runway and the airport. So yeah, 3,000 feet should be a good altitude to descend to then capture the ILS. We have I don't know how long we will fly directly straight to the runway, but 3,000 feet should be good, I think. We can have a look at here. Let's get to the... Yeah, that's a good waypoint to have a look at it. Yeah, you can see we'll fly then probably 30 nautical miles straight ahead towards runway 08 left. So 3,000 feet should be a good altitude to descend to. So let's get back to the map page. Now 10 nautical miles are left until we reach the top of descent. So we can now also set the auto brakes for the landing. This will be auto brakes 2 today, as you saw. The runway is quite long, so auto brakes 2 should be enough. Weather also looks nice. We have some clouds there, but yeah, we will then listen to the ATIs when we are closer to the airport to get the latest weather information of the weather there at Honolulu. But I think the weather should be fine, and hopefully the active runway is 08 left. Or is also 08 left. Maybe there are several runways active, but hopefully also 08 left. So we passed the top of descent. Now we still have 120 nautical miles, approximately, something about that, left until we are at Honolulu International. The aircraft descends now, as you can see, and slows down to 253 knots. So we do the descent checklist now. We have an FMC message drag required. Okay, also always when you see the message drag required in the FMC, then you always should extend the speed brake so that the aircraft can slow down. So always when it says drag required here in the FMC, it's the best thing to do to extend the speed brakes. They will then extend as much as possible during flight, not as much as they would extend when you are on the runway, because that's not possible during flight, but they extend as much as possible. You can have a look at the wings. You can see that's how much they can extend, not more. But now we can put them back again, because you see the message is away now, and only when the message is displayed there you should use the speed brake so that the aircraft can slow down to the speed it wants to reach, and that it can descend on the best descent path that reaches also then the altitude on correctly, and as on the then when it should be on the altitude it should reach at this descent path. I hope you understand what I mean, so that it can keep on the perfect descent path. That's what I want to say. So we are crossing flight level 300 soon, and we go on with the descent checklist. The auto brakes are set to 2. Landing rev is set to 143 knots. Yeah, it's in here. And we can also set the minimums now. Let's set radio minimums to, let's set it to 200 feet, I would say. Or let's choose the barrel. Let's take barrel minimums. Or do we? No, let's take the radio minimums. So we set it to 200 feet, I would say. That's always the decision height I choose. I don't know what's the real decision height there for the ILS 08 left at Honolulu International, but let's choose 200 feet should be good. And here you can see the course for the ILS is already set in here. It's 079er. That fits to runway 08 left. That looks good. And this should be the ILS frequency 111.70. And when we are getting closer to the ILS, the aircraft captures the ILS. Then there we can see the distance we are away from the ILS or from the runway. So we can have a look at nav radar. Yeah, there you can see it's ILS. Now there's the frequency and the course. Several hours ago during the flight, and also at the beginning of the flight, there it says set park, but now there's the ILS frequency, which was automatically set in here. I didn't type it in. It was automatically set there by the aircraft. So we can increase the simulation rate a little bit to get to the airport a little bit faster, because we have still several nautical miles to fly. Yeah, we will fly a little bit to the right and then left again, and I think there we will have the airport. And when we are 40 nautical miles away somewhere there, we can have a look whether we can contact the tower. But weather looks nice. We have some clouds around here, and I think there should be the island where Honolulu is on. We can have a look from the bird perspective. It should be somewhere here at the coast, I think. Or there could be the airport. You can see there could be a runway in the water. Maybe somewhere there, but we will see then. But I think at this island Honolulu should be. Yeah, nice weather here in the morning. The sun already is very high now. And we can put the altimeters to the actual altimeters. We have 2 9er. And let's have a look again on the progress page. We can see now, oh, we are getting, it's getting earlier always, because now, oh, let's extend the speed brakes to slow down a little bit. Now you can see we are, it says drag required again. Now it's around 17 UTC when we will arrive, and so we are, yeah, really ahead of schedule today. That's very nice that we arrived this early, but we also have tailwind, as you can see, that makes it possible for us to fly a little bit faster, so we can easily yeah, win some time. I don't know whether you say it like this in English, but we are able to get to destination earlier. If we would have headwind, it wouldn't be possible for us to fly as fast as when we have tailwind. So we probably arrive as it is scheduled, or maybe if we have very strong headwind, then it could be possible that we arrive a little bit later, so we have a little bit delay because of the wind. That's always possible if you have very strong winds, very strong headwinds, because you cannot fly then this fast. So we can, those speed brakes are back again, and we are passing 10,000 feet now, so we can turn the landing lights on. And this, yeah, should be the island where Honolulu is on. Now we fly through some clouds, but yeah, the weather looks nice. We can now close this window, I would say, to have a good frame rate during approach. And let's have a look whether we can, yeah, contact the tower. There it is, Honolulu International, Papa Hotel November Lima. And first listen to the ATIs to have the latest weather information. So let's have a look. Wind, yeah, looks good for this runway 08 left to be active. Let's have a look. We will see it soon. Some clouds, 2,700 feet. Temperature is good. And for right, no, they have a different. Runway 6, runway 7, and ILS runway 8 left. As you can see, there are a lot of active runways, and also runway 08 left is active. That's nice. That's the runway we want to land on, and I hope that we will get this runway. Wow, there are several runways active at this airport. So let's see which runway we will get. So we have Lima, and now we can contact tower and request landing. 24 nautical miles away now, and we set the flaps to 1. Why runway 8 water? We are not a water aircraft. We cannot land on water. We want to get runway 8 left. That's the runway we want to land on. Let's request this runway. I think runway 8 water means that we need a water aircraft to land on it. Yeah, continue approach runway 08 left. That are the actual altimeters. We have it set now here. Perfect. Great that we get the runway we plan to land on. That's nice. So, now I would say we can control the speed on our own, so that only VNAV controls the descent, and we can slow down the aircraft now to 200 knots and extend the flaps as we are getting slower. So, but we need to descend a little bit more. Maybe let's do manage descent now, so let's set the vertical speed, control the vertical speed on our own, because we need to descend a little bit more to get the glide slope. And we slow down now and extend the flaps as we are getting slower. We stay at real simulation rate, normal time. Yeah, we need to descend a little bit more. Otherwise we won't be able to get the glide slope. And let's extend the speed brakes. So let's do the approach checklist. Altimeters are set to 2998. Yeah, it's very great that we get runway 08 left as we wanted, the runway we want to land on. So then when we are on the glide slope and so on, we can do the landing checklist. So hopefully everything works, that we then do get, maybe we can now already press APP, so that, yeah, now the aircraft also has already captured localizer and glide slope, so we do not need to control it by vertical speed. We can already type in our landing speed in here. It's 148 knots. So we keep the speed brakes extended to slow down. So now we are already on the glide slope and have the localizer. So the aircraft is already on the ILS, and we can set the flaps to 5 now, I would say. Maybe this helps a little bit to slow down the aircraft, because we are pretty fast at the moment, but there are still 12 nautical miles left until we are at the airport.